Well, my farewell speech, more or less, to the Democrats since Biden gave his farewell speech is you should be ashamed of yourselves. You sat there and 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 said this man is fit for another 4 years, which he wasn't. And we all knew this. But yeah, we were the bad guys for saying this. Chrissy, Dean, Harry, if you all watch them, they're on TikTok. They all sat there supporting the guy. They all got pissed off. One of them, I think it was Chrissy or Dean, I went to one of their lives and said, there's an obvious reason your candidate didn't win. Stop playing stupid why your candidate didn't win. Why Donald Trump got in. Like, it isn't that hard to figure out. Like, Joe Biden was declining and declining. And you say he doesn't control the gas price. He doesn't control the egg prices, the food prices. But now all of a sudden, you're saying that's not how economics works. But now all of a sudden, now you're all expecting Trump to fix it up. You're expecting like Trump, like, oh my God, why isn't this fixed? It's been 24 hours. Why isn't this fixed? Why? You just said the president doesn't control that. And when gas was going up, you said the president didn't control that. But when it went down from like $4 or $5, going back down to $3, $4, you guys were like, oh, now he does control it. So you couldn't make up your minds on that either. And the biggest thing is you sat there and kept supporting a man who was declining. You said, and Mike Johnson did an interview himself. Joe Biden had no idea what he was doing this whole time. He had no idea what he was signing. He thought he was signing one thing. Mike Johnson's like, no, you were signing another thing. Look up Mike Johnson. And Mike Johnson actually said in some ways, and I have to agree with him on this, as much as I slam Joe Biden, as much as I hated Joe Biden, I actually do. Along with Mike Johnson, kind of feel bad for the guy that he had no idea what he was doing, that they kept pushing him and pushing him, that they gave him no cards to tell him what to do, that he needs to go and enjoy life. He should have been enjoying life. He should have never ran in the first place. They should have even said, hey, Biden, you're cognitively declining. You need to go enjoy life with your grandkids and your family. You've gotten you're pardoned your son Hunter. Go enjoy your life. But no, nobody wanted to do that. Somehow we were the bad guys as Republicans for coming out and saying this guy is declining. He's not fit for another 4 years. But it took that disaster of a debate. You act like it's somehow like Joe Biden put out a statement and he's done running. He's going to be replaced. Like, how's that such a shock? There was no shock that it took that disaster of a debate for you Democrats to finally screw your head on. But yet, we were the bad guys the whole time. Like, this video is going to be called A Message and a Question to You Democrats. Why were we the bad guys for the longest time? And saying, oh, when we were telling you, Joe Biden's not fit for another 4 more years. He's already done enough destroying. Now, all of a sudden, after a disaster of a debate, now let's replace him. Now let's go with the vice president, the worst failed administration, one of the worst failed administrations in presidential history. It's like, you waited too long to replace the guy, and you just... I just don't know what to say. Democrats were like in such a shock that Trump won and can't stop bitching. It's like, at this point, you're just hating on Donald Trump. We all knew this wasn't going to happen overnight. We all know gas prices, the war in Ukraine. We all know this ain't going to happen overnight. You got to think of it like a broken leg. Trump is now trying to cast. He's wrapped a cast around a broken leg. He's getting a start, yes. But once you wrap a cast around a broken leg, doesn't fix the broken leg. That's only the start of it. Or when you get like some like weight loss surgery, that's only just the start of it. So we're only on the start of it. And you're sitting there bitching as Democrats, well, where isn't the war in Ukraine and why aren't gas prices down? Do you realize Trump's first night after inauguration, which was yesterday, he spent all that night partying, basically, which is what they do after a president is inaugurated. They basically spend the night partying, celebrating. Hey, we won. We're in the White House. And Trump just this morning, into the part of the afternoon, went to like the presidential inauguration church thing that they do. So he's literally just doing the first few steps, and he just signed his executive orders. He's literally just like getting warmed up. He's literally just starting to wrap the cast around a broken leg. So at this point, to the Democrats, stop hating on Donald Trump. At this point, you're just hating on the guy. Joe Biden's destroying didn't happen overnight. It mainly happened in 2022, 2020, later 2021. So destroying doesn't happen overnight. Fixing it doesn't happen overnight. Get your head screwed on. Use your brain, Democrats. Stop being stupid. Like, at this point, you just don't like Donald Trump.